Welcome, everybody. I'm delighted to have Martha with me, who is a fellow sexuality professional and a good friend of mine. And she is in Singapore, and she's a relationship coach and a clinical sexologist. So welcome, Martha.
Yes, thank you.
And we live in very challenging times at the moment. And we lived in challenging times before, but with the virus and COVID-19 being present in society, how has it affected you and your work?
Yes, thanks for asking. At the start of this year, I had all these plans to travel and teach more than ever before. Now that my mother is dead, when she was when she had breast cancer, I didn't give myself permission to leave Singapore, as in relocate. And this year, I thought I would really try, or at least travel more. And so I thought this would be my year. And indeed, it has been my year in a different way. I was in Melbourne for New Year for 3 weeks, and then I went to Sydney for a few days, ran some workshops, did a recording, and then I went to Gold Coast, Brisbane, and did more workshops there. All this happened just as the coronavirus was spreading. And I was away from Singapore when the Singapore government said, Singaporeans, now is the time to come back. And I knew that something big was going to happen. And I was scared. And I felt so alone because I also had been traveling for quite a bit. And I was scared. And so what happened was the day I arrived in Singapore, 24 hours later, the government said that everybody who returns from Singapore from overseas will have to go into quarantine for 14 days. So I missed that by 14 days, but it doesn't mean that I took it for granted. I very quickly developed a cold and I was afraid. So I went into self-isolation. And then phase 1 happened in Singapore. And I basically, when I realized I didn't have the virus and I wasn't going to die, I immediately started to tell myself, how can I make sure that I take care of myself during this time? Otherwise, I will not be able to support my clients and to continue doing the work that I do. So I developed a plan to do self-care. And I said, well, since I have all this free time and a lot of clients don't want to see me because they want to save money during this time, I'm not considered essential services. A lot of my clients are coming to me for relationship and sexuality counseling and coaching, and not really like, suicide or depression or anything that's really critical. So I knew that I would have a lot less clients. So what could I do? So I was looking for opportunities to do like offer counseling for free for people who needed it, to continue to, keep my skills relevant and to sharpen my skills. And I did a barter with somebody. So she needed to have coaching hours. So she gave me 10 hours and I gave her 10 hours. And at first I was a bit like, like, what is it that you're going to teach me that I don't know already? A bit of arrogance there. And what happened was in the first session, it became very clear that I had so many things that I wanted to do and get done, and I wasn't having enough structure. So she invited me to ask, how can I have a structure and to keep to it? So I said, well, I've tried many things to do this, blah, blah, blah. So we came out with this accountability tool, which I made a video of, and I actually used this accountability tool for, I would say, at least the last 3 months. And then I kind of got off the bandwagon, but I'm going back on it. So in this accountability tool that I developed on Excel, there are 7 chakras from red to red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, 7. So I packed it to the 7 chakras, colors, to 7 things that I need to do every day. So the first one is to declutter, and then the second one is to work on my money. The fourth one is to have some fun, and then the green one is on my expression, so work on my voice. And then there's work with the mind and my intellect. So every day a little bit of learning, and then something else, something else. So anyway, I have the video that I will just put it out. So by doing that, what happened was when everybody went into lockdown in phase 1, I was having the most productive time of my life. I was creating programs, I was creating tools to support people. I was running free laughter yoga for people via Zoom. And then I was invited again and again and again and again to different sexuality festivals. So I was part of 4 virtual sexuality festivals before I turned around and asked myself, oh, so now Singapore is going to lock phase 2. So it's starting to open up. And then I was having like, kind of like grieving. I was grieving the opening up of Singapore because I was having the time of my life. For the first time in 11 years, I didn't have to see anybody for an extended period of time. And being an introvert, I didn't know how much I needed it to be enforced. And it was great for me because I had a break from people, because every week I'm meeting new people, helping people. And even in COVID, even in phase 1, I was still helping people, but it was just a lot slower. And so not seeing them face to face helped me. And there was a point when I was feeling very overwhelmed because every week I was actually seeing more people than ever before. But I would say when we went into phase 2 and Singapore started to open up, we can meet in crowds of 5. I did go into a little bit of a grieving. So anyway, I was like, okay, chop, can't play anymore. So looking at all the amazing things that my colleagues have done running their virtual festivals, I asked myself, if I did a virtual festival, what would it be? And then it struck me, and it's very deep. These virtual festivals, I'm usually the only Asian. I'm the token Asian. I'm the diversity candidate. And I was like, where are the Asians? Because I know many, and I know many sex positive people, but that's because I've been collecting them over the last 11 years. So I was thinking that I could do a sex festival, only Asians. It doesn't have to be the best festival. It doesn't have to be the most polished festival, but it will be all Asians. And at first we marketed it as an Asian sex festival, but actually it's not about being Asian. I mean, anybody who sees the programs can see that we're Asian. So why do you want to bring up Asian, you know, Asians for Asians? So what does this say about us excluding other people who are non-Asians? That's not about it at all. This is about anybody who resonates coming for the festival. So we did Sugar and Spice in in August, 1st to the 15th. It was 2 weeks. We had 39 sessions. It was mad. Like the first day when we had back-to-back sessions, I was like, and what? This is going to continue for another 14 days, Martha? After the first day, we were like, oh my God, can't wait for the festival to be over. But yes, it was 2 weeks. And so we did it. And after Sugar and Spice, I asked myself, now that I have done one festival, what could I contribute further to the world? Because I knew that the lockdown was continuing and there were people who were desperate, who were sad, who were scared, who were at home. I knew Jon and your situation and your health scare, and I knew that there were people who didn't have a lot of money but were stuck at home and were going batshit crazy. So that's when I thought, I think I can and I think I should do a sex and disability festival. So that's when I spoke with my colleague, and several colleagues, and eventually the ball dropped on me. And I stood up and said that I will organize this festival. I will fund it. I don't know whether I will make money, but I will pay for it. And so what has happened was now Love Abilities is going to be October 15 to the 19th. It's going to be 5 days. We have 29 sessions and we have 50 presenters. And I'm one of them. And I was so uncomfortable putting myself on the program because I thought, I'm a sex counselor, whatever, but I am not really a specialist in true sense of the word compared to the other people on the faculty, because a lot of them have like 10, 20 years of very specialized training with people with disabilities on top of sexuality with disability. So who the hell am I to put myself on the program? And I just looked at the program. I didn't feel right. because we had all these very, very, very serious topics and panels. We have 9 panels and many, many. But where are the fun and the lighthearted and the embodiment sessions? So I'm going to be doing just for half an hour, a laugh and cry session, because I'm a laughter yoga leader, and I believe that it's so important that no matter what situation we are in, that we feel. So I'm going to do love abilities, and I'm going to do sugar and spice again in November. And I'm also going to do another kind of like end of the year retreat thing called Rebuild. And it's going to be a 2-day thing, and facilitating people through like different areas of their lives. So basically what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, because of the coronavirus and people being stuck at home and being open to Zoom more than ever, and virtual meetups is almost every time and space can now start to coincide. We can have like 4 people, you know, one in Singapore, one in Malaysia, one in Philippines, and one in Indonesia. Like we are all online, and we have different time zones or whatever, and we are all connected, and we are all feeling intimacy. And it's amazing because it can also be recorded, and people who can't attend the live session, I know it's not the same, but they also can join us. So even like way after the festival, I was still getting people sending feedback and appreciation for the festival. So yeah, I'm actually stepping into becoming a connector and a virtual events organizer. And I don't see this stopping. I know that I want to continue doing sugar and spice, because it is such a important part of what I feel will heal a lot of people around the world who feel that sex is only something that white people talk about. It's not true. They are not seeing representations of themselves. And it doesn't matter if you're a quarter or even 1/10 of an Asian, it doesn't matter. Or for that matter, why does it even matter if they're Asians? Well, the only differentiating factor is there are so many festivals out there. I wanted mine to heal people who are like me, who look like me. And that's all. But I definitely don't want to discriminate anybody. This just comes very much from my heart to continue sugar and spice. And I think things will change and things will evolve as the world starts to open up again. But I feel that I am stepping into elevating not just my work, but a whole community, and connecting people who feel lonely and isolated, who feel nobody cares about them. And so even the Love Abilities Festival, the people who are applying for the free ticket, people write, okay, anyway, it's all confidential. But I'm just saying that lots of people with disabilities and caregivers and are applying for the free ticket, and it's really being really heartwarming to know that from an idea and the determination to make it happen, going to be able to help many, many people. So yesterday, a friend of mine wrote to me and said, because, I do have this tendency to go into a bit of a pity party. She reminded me, people are going to remember this festival for years to come. I just need to keep my head down and just keep going. When I'm asking myself again, why am I doing this again? We do what we do because we want to help people. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for asking this question, John. Yeah, I think you can kind of summarize it.
Yeah. So I think the big takeaway that I'm getting from what you said is that we can look at opportunities in life, and COVID presented a situation, and it was how you use that situation to make something positive from it. And you developed this really exciting tool, and I believe you're going to post a link to how you talk about that tool in more detail if people are interested, and I'm sure they will be, to draw on different aspects of themselves through linking it to the chakras and to find their inspiration. And you found some massive inspirations which are absolutely beautiful and well-intentioned and sending out a lot of positive energy into the world. And if we can all send a bit of positive energy, the negative energy that's around us will start to diminish. So despite situations, there's always hope.
Always hope. That's I would have to say that the strength to do the festival would not have come if I wasn't in phase 1 and I was taking care of myself. And then there came a point, it was like, okay, get to work. There was a transition, and I was like, I knew it was just germinating inside me. I knew this was something that I really cared for so much, to support people who are like me, and also to support people who are not like me, people with disabilities. And so yeah, I didn't create these festivals with any money. I didn't have any sponsors, but with Love Abilities, the Sex and Disability Festival, people who can are paying for ticket. And I didn't expect this, but from the monies from the tickets that we were able to collect, it did cover the cost of the festival. And sugar and spice was also covered, in fact, more than covered. And I didn't think it would be covered, but it started from me saying, I can afford to make some losses. And I want to do it even if I lose some money. And for both festivals, I didn't lose money. I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't make money personally, but we did make money. And at least the costs are covered. And that is something that really came from all these amazing people out there who do exist, who know them, who are fair, who are able to self-determine. Surely I can afford like £15 for a 5-day festival, things like that. And all this helps, all the support helps. And so yeah, and anyway, as of today, we have 200 people sign up for the festival. We have 50 presenters. I was hoping for like 1,000 people, because my first festival already had 260 people for 15 days, and for Sex and Disability Festival with 50 presenters, which is more than double what I had. I wanted more participants, because we are giving away free tickets. So yeah, if any of you wants to attend the festival, you can always just click the links below and check out my festivals. We are going to, at least for me, I feel very strongly, I want to give to people who need support, who can't afford, I don't want people to have excuses that I can't go because I can't afford. So Love Abilities is going to be, you can pay for a free ticket. The November Sugar and Spice coming back for a second time. Also, you can apply for a free ticket. And my December Rebuild will also have that option. You can apply for a free ticket. So it's not really about making money. It's about helping people to feel connected and to make some sense of what's happening around them and inside them, because that's what I do. That's what I love to do. I love helping people for a living. And so this is my commitment until the end of this year.
Well, that's really beautiful, and I really get a sense of your open heart and your open-heartedness in this offering, and indeed that permeates through all of your work as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so thanks, Jon, and thanks for asking me this question.
Yeah, and it was lovely to tap into your passion. So thank you very much for sharing all of that with us, Mark.
Thank you.